Batwing number 22, written by Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti, art by Eduardo Pansica. So last issue, after a whole lot of other stuff, we have Luke Fox return home, and apparently his house is being swarmed with the Marabunta, which just look like ant people. And this issue, they just crash in. He's still on the phone with Batman. They just bust in the house, and he's like, Jesus Christ, Batman, they're already here. I gotta go. And he's wondering how they found him, because nobody should know he's Batwing yet. But as they continue to swarm the house, all of his family members are being attacked. He puts up a pretty good fight, and everyone's just, like, all the Marabunta are like, oh, Jesus, this guy's actually a pain in the ass. Can we take him down? And he's just like, take me down. Yeah, you and what army? And then one of them just pulls out a laser gun and shoots him. And it's one of those, like, concussive ones, so it doesn't actually kill him, despite the fact it obviously should. So, as everyone else is being swarmed, Lucius yells out, like, all right, security system, attack the Marabunta. You know, not directly like that, but more or less. And so these electric rods all start coming out of the ground and tasing them. Meanwhile, Lucius and his wife have been gassed, so they're knocked out and easier to grab. And one of the Marabunta says, like, all right, target acquired, let's get out of here. And Luke is like, wait a minute, hold on, target acquired? That means they weren't coming after me. Ah, crap, that means they were going after my dad. Yeah, all right, that makes sense, my bad. So he runs out just in time to see his dad getting taken away. He's about to give chase. He gets lasered again, and he gets knocked out. And all the other kids are like, oh, God, Mom, what happened to Dad? And Luke's like, oh, they took him, call 911. I got to go. I got to take care of this. And his family's like, what do you mean you got to? Dude, you can't do anything. You're injured. You're bleeding. What are you going to do about it? And he's like, you're right. I guess I'll stay and get medical attention. Meanwhile, in his head, he's just, damn it. I'm going to start wearing my armor all the time. I don't know how Nightwing does it, but I'm going to do it too. So at that point, we cut over to the Congo 3 days earlier. And if you remember, Bruce Wayne said he was going to buy the diamond mine in order to cripple the Marabunta's, like, income or whatever. And so he's here basically just checking up on it, saying like, ah, yes, because it was illegal, I got it for a good price. And I hope that the government knows I will be very closely monitoring this. And then this random ass dude comes up named Atticus Fontaine, who is wearing an actual honest to God, like, royalty cape. And he's like, hi, I represent Seclorum, the parent company of the Imperial Diamond Exchange. And Bruce is like, yeah, no, you guys did some illegal stuff. And he's like, oh, no. We have a big enough company that we are pleading negligence. Like, we didn't know that they were doing illegal stuff. There's just too much going on. And Bruce is like, okay, yeah, sure. What are you doing here? He's like, oh, well, we would like to buy that diamond mine back. And Bruce is like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, all right, well, check the number on the back of my business card and you'll see how serious we are. And he's like, still no, not going to do that. And so Atticus yells out like, ah, well, you'd be wise to reconsider. We are a dangerous enemy to have. And Bruce is like, oh, I'm sorry, you threatened me? And he's like, no. Yes. So, meanwhile, cut to modern day, and Luke has called up Batman saying like, I gotta go. I'm stuck here with my family right now. I gotta go become Batwing so I can track down my dad. And Batman's like, dude, I'm gonna take care of your dad. Like, he's important to me too. Just be with your family. You're going through a time of crisis right now, okay? And Batwing yells like, no, I don't want to do that. And Batman just hangs up on him. So at this point, he hops onto his father's computer and he logics out like, okay, my dad's rich, but because of the whole diamond mine sale thing, I'm thinking this has more to do with his position at Wayne Tech. So I'm going to go ahead and just go on his computer. And he finds a special little password entry thing, and he guesses his father's password, and inside are all the different blueprints for all the different bat things. They even have a special folder of the bat logo as their symbol. And he's like, oh dear lord, if the Marabunta get my dad's passwords, they'll have all of Batman's tech. I must stop this. So he goes out in his Batwing outfit and he calls up Batman again and says like, hey, I'm already outside, I'm in the outfit, can you just let me partner up with you and be like along with this, because I also know my dad designs all the Batman stuff. He's like, all right, yep, fair enough. He's at the harbor. And so there's this strange sequence where Batwing, he glides into a random woman's convertible and says like, hey, I'm not Batman, I'm Batwing. could you drive me to the thing so I could stop a crime? And the woman's like, hell yeah, I'd love to be a part of this. And the Batman looks over the edge of the bridge and sees the Bat boat with Batman inside of it. And he's like, oh, never mind. I'm going to hitch a ride with him. And so he just jumps off and we never see her again. It's such a weird sequence. So at this point, they make their way to a cargo container, which apparently is not an actual cargo container. It's all a massive fortress that just looks like a cargo container. And he activates, not joking here, actually called detective vision, where they can see all the heat signatures of everyone inside. And they're like, okay, you should use your invisibility, Luke, and I'll go in and be my normal stealthy self. So they bust in there and they see that there's some guards and stuff like that, but what we see is that the Lucius has a weird mind reading device on him that makes him look like bug-like, and it's like, oh, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we're just reading your minds for all your secrets and passwords and stuff. And then we see this other dude who like has just the same shape of head, like a big cone head, but it's real. It's not like a piece of clothing. He's just deformed like that, and he's extra gross. But regardless, Batman and Luke are doing recon up on top of a balcony. They're like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we could take this on. And then we get this female guard, the same one from like 2 issues ago. And he's like, hey, we knew you're there since you busted in. We know you're there. We're going to fight you now. And it's like, all right, fair enough. So they come in. They all start fighting. The Marabuntas start retreating until we get the female guards just like, psh, you think we're retreating? Nah, we're just saving our own skin because we're bringing in our super soldier ant. And this giant-ass ant mech comes in and basically Batwing says, uh-oh, this looks bad. Is this bad, Batman? And that's the issue. It's so weird to me. We've ended now 3 issues with like some animal-themed whatever coming in and Luke basically going like, uh-oh, I wonder how this is going to end. It just, I don't know, it seems a bit weird to me. You do 3 in a row on your first 3 issues of your run. Either way, it's fine. It's an okay book. I think my biggest issue with it is that I didn't think the Marabunta would be sticking around. I think I assumed that they were like a 1-issue sort of get your feeding sort of villain, so we could just show Batwing like, okay, here's how he deals with like a bunch of Z-level nobodies. But then they turn out to be the actual main threat here, and they keep on going with this ant theming, which does not seem menacing. Like, they even specifically say in this that the guys inside the suits are just like meat puppets, and the suits are being controlled by a hive mind, like a queen somewhere farther away. So they're not even threatening on their own. It's just like, why not just use robots at that point? I don't know. It's just a weird first arc villain. Add on to that lion guy, who I think is still around, and he just wasn't in this issue at all. There's a lot going on. So yeah, I'm going to say, I'll say 6.5. It's fine. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's just the next chapter of this Batwing book with a couple of weird choices, lowering it down to 6.5.